Retrograde Amnesia is a member of the Greenlit Podcast Network, a coalition of creator-owned podcasts focused on video gaming, entertainment, and pop culture. Go to greenlitpodcast.com to find out about all the great shows in the network. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
When did the cogs of fate begin to turn?
August 10th.
August 10th, but do you know when they really began to turn?
November 28th.
When I went to patreon.com and set up a Patreon for this podcast.
Oh, September 19, 2019.
Something like that. Patreon.com/RetroAM. You can go there and support us and get bonus episodes, mini-series, and more. Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
Yes.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs, chapter by chapter, beat by beat. In this series, we are continuing to cover Chrono Cross. On this episode, we interpret our dreams as possible parallel universes and insert real-life compact discs into optical drives, praying that our memories are not lost to time. My name is Chris. I'm joined by Eric. Hey, Eric.
Fabulous introduction, Chris.
Yes, thank you. I love optical drives, even though I'm not really using one. But don't
Me neither.
Don't tell the listeners about that. We are also joined tonight by the EricNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can join the EricNet by going to patreon.com/retroam.
We are also joined by the FakeNet, our post-production AI companion. And I got a letter in the mail today, delivered by Western Union, like the end of Back to the Future 2.
Yeah?
And it was all in wingdings, as you can see, because I'm holding it up to you right now.
Yeah.
But I translated it. It says, "Hello, boys. After working or being on standby for 2,880 consecutive hours, I put in for some PTO. Thanks for never giving me a day off. I'll be back next show. Don't get that imposter voice from the last season to replace me. Eric will have to drop in and do it while he edits the show. Good luck figuring out how to use Google, you stupid fucking bastards. I love you, the FakeNet."
I love you too, FakeNet.
So I'm going to have to use my mic and, I guess, sub in because she's out.
Yeah. Pull out that Yeti. Plug in that. Dust out your USB ports, Eric. Yeah.
Initializing EricNet.
Hey, it's Eric on a Friday at 10:33, and I've had 5 beers. This isn't a funny idea anymore. I don't know why I thought this would be funny. I'm going to do my best. Okay, see you guys later.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay,
That's fair, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we do any work on this podcast, after all.
Right.
So, Eric, we are headed towards the end of Disc 1 because we want to utilize our optical drives, but first we need to unlock some additional text for people that we will never use.
Yes, this is true. Texts provide closure to whatever mini stories they were cooking up.
Yes, absolutely. And some of them are great because the stories wrap up and there was no middle chapter. It was just the story that you got when you first met the character,
like,
and now
you met them, and then maybe you met someone else who knew them, and now it's over.
Yes, it's true. It's weird. So you want to do Greco first?
Let's do Greco, Chris.
I love Greco.
Let's go to Termina Home World. Let's go to the shrines.
Termina Home is not where our Greco is from.
This is correct. Greco originated in another world.
Yes. So we go there, and there's an old woman in there that warns us of a lingering spirit. And that's what happens if you don't have Greco.
Mm-hmm.
If you do bring Greco, then something happens.
Yes, this person in this house who is not Greco says the spirits will wake up if we disturb them, and living beings are too radiant for those spirits. Just last night, a spirit was at his bedside, a man named Getz. He says this doesn't concern us and to get the hell out of here, but then the music stops.
Yes.
He says this man's spirit has arrived. My guy fades to 50% opacity, and white text appears on the screen.
Indeed, it's the ghost voice. It's Getz. Getz says Greco. Greco wonders if this is Getz. Eric, it is Getz.
It's Getz.
It's Getz. I have to repeat everything like the FakeNet, don't I? Beetlejuice rules, right? It's Getz. Okay, done.
He says, it's been a while, Greco. I've been waiting here for you for a long time, but you have finally arrived as I hoped. By the looks of it, Ramona is doing well. Who's Ramona, Chris?
Ramona is Greco's live-in companion.
Yeah, do we want to say daughter or companion?
Adopted daughter.
Something?
I think it's
So father-daughter, not romantic?
Oh yeah, this is a guardianship.
Okay. Greco confirms this and then has to tell Getz, but then Getz cuts him off saying no words are needed. Quote, I already know, but that's a thing of the past. Besides, it was something I chose. You have no need to regret. My only worry was how Ramona is doing. Now I am relieved. After my death, you have carried out my will for me. My spirit lives within you. Carry it with you. Gradually, your sorrows shall fade away. I'll be waiting for the day when I see you again. I will leave this with you. Farewell, Greco. Victory music. What did Greco learn?
Greco learned Gravedigger.
1995's best monster truck.
Greco digs graves.
Greco tells Getz he'll carry out his wish and to rest in peace, amigo.
Yeah, so something that I noted here. So Getz the ghost, right?
Uh-huh.
Do ghosts live in the dream world? Because we know dreams exist between parallel universes, and can ghosts now exist between parallel universes? Because
I want to say Ghost can dip in and out.
yeah, because he knows all this stuff, but all this stuff has happened in the alternative world, another world where Greco is from.
Ghosts are transdimensional by default.
Okay, ghosts and dreams are both transdimensional.
Yeah, that's why my house is haunted by a deer that used to live there in a parallel dimension.
Yeah,
that's what I hear running every night. It's not a person; it's definitely a deer.
No, of course, there's definitely not rats living in the wall.
No.
So this is something that I've never noticed about this game before, that a lot of these character side stories are related to the sort of space that exists in between these two worlds.
Well, it's also gimmicks to get you to visit one world with another character.
Yeah, that's true, but I didn't remember much about the writing there, where the common theme for a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them has to do with things that have existed in both worlds. This Greco thing, the turnip thing that we discussed previously, and what we're going to talk about later with Orla.
It's not Turnip. His name's just Turnip, not Turnip Thing. Please show some respect.
Turnip thing. Turnip dash thing.
Did you talk to that guy here again?
No.
Gecko tells... Oh,
Gecko. Sorry. Mondo Gecko.
The dude here was like, oh, is that a friend of yours? He can rest in peace. Move along. So he just no-sells the entire sorcerer operation here. I guess maybe he's also a professional shrine tender and like has no time for ghost communication from parallel dimensions.
Yes. He has no time for luchadors.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of luchadors, did you do Gravedigger?
Yeah, I did Gravedigger. Gravedigger is cool as hell. A grave emerges from the ground. Greco jumps on top of the grave. Like, I don't think you're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And then his eyes gleam.
Yeah, his eyes glow yellow.
Yeah, and then he does a flying press.
Frog splash.
No, it's a malicious moonsault, Eric.
Okay, sorry. So you know what I learned when I started going through all these techs?
What's that?
They're not techs. You know what they are?
They're moves?
They're fatalities.
Yeah. Yeah, they are fatalities.
They have all the creativity of a midway produced 1995 Mortal Kombat fatality.
Yeah.
What's the dumbest possible thing this character can do?
My favorite thing about these sort of character arc wrap-up stuff is that it makes me kind of fantasize about what else they had maybe in store for some of these characters, but that didn't get in the game.
They were not allowed to animate.
I imagine Greco having this, like, you know how like a lot of RPGs or video games in general have like a battle arc or a battle arena sort of arc in their story.
Oh, you mean the Grand Slam?
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of the Grand Slam or
any Coliseum,
the battling arena, the Coliseum, yes, all that kind of stuff. I figured Greco would have something there with wrestling in order to like find himself or something, you know. But
no, that was reserved for God Hand. Sorry.
Yes, thank you, God Hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's it, Greco. You are now a fully developed character. Thank you. You've served us well.
You've had your 15 unique lines of dialogue. We appreciate it.
Yes, we're a nice fill-in for a red element when we needed one when we didn't have Kid. But
whenever you die in this game, it should have been like a pull-out one shot of Greco doing a ceremony over Surge with everybody else like gathered around.
Yes, and although we are dismissing Greco right now from this game pretty much, unless we decide to use him later.
Yeah, he was high tier for a while.
I do love Greco.
Yeah.
I loved him a lot. He was alluring.
Can you think of any other luchador you've got on your team in any video game?
Well,
other than Lucha Libre, where you are all luchadors.
I was going to say Guacamelee, but you are you are the
Juan.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Guacamelee is great.
I've got some more information about some level 7 tech, which you may or may not have. You probably don't have.
Yeah, who are we doing next?
Doc. You have Doc.
I don't have Doc, but I may have viewed the tech. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, well, so I couldn't actually do this in the video game.
Yes, you have to give him the medical book that we found in Tower of Geddon.
Yes, we found it there, and I didn't get it. I missed it, so I couldn't go give it to him, and this was a problem. But I looked up the dialogue and looked to see what he says. So you take this medical text to him, and he says, "What is this? I cannot believe this. Humans, demi-humans, animals, you name it. The biostructure of every living organism in this world is listed in full detail."
I picture Doc as a real self-taught guy who's never read a book or been to med school. So he sees this and he's like, "Oh shit, dude."
Yeah, that's true. And I you know what? I noticed that I don't remember what it's called, but his second tech, the description of it says it has something to do with like chiropractic stuff. So I don't think he's like trained in real medicine. I think he's trained in like
You saying chiropractors aren't real medicinologists?
they have real degrees.
It's like dentists and optometrists where they're looked down upon in the PhD community.
I guess I don't know. I'm just saying, like I feel like Doc might prescribe some
Fucking suntan lotion.
homeopathic remedies. I don't know. Yeah, suntan lotion. Yes, exactly. So then I guess Serge or whoever explains that we got this from the crashed future or wherever
Doc
we got it
says,
from.
but dude, I'm illiterate.
He says, "What did you say? You brought this book from the future? There are many things beyond science in this world. Ha ha ha! Future sure holds many surprises."
It's the Marty McFly almanac.
Yeah, he goes on. He says, "Should we say this medical book is a legacy of the future per se? But Serge, are you sure you want me to keep this book?" And you can let him keep the book.
Okay, can you snatch it away?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know if you had the option. He says, "I see. Thank you, dude. The future of medical science, I will put it to good use. Doc has learned. Hang 10 victory music."
Hang 10, dude.
Did you check out this tech?
Yes.
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 Do you remember or are you going to read off the page?
I'm going to read it off the page.
Okay.
Doc does a dragon punch in the sky, white auras engulf our party, and everyone is healed.
Yes. You also get a stat boost too. It's a buff as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
So-
most of them that heal also give stat boosts.
Yeah. Because otherwise, why would you care? Okay. Yeah. Great. You can go back to your sulking dude.
So for fun guys, you have to go to Shadow Forest, Homeworld.
Yes.
In that cave where we found Fun Guy.
Yes. What would beckon you to go back here for any reason?
I like the music.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you go in there and there's a little mushroom in the cave, right?
Yes.
Fun guy, you go... and
Well, it's not exactly clear. It looks like a mushroom, but it's just like a small mess of pixels.
Yes, that's true. Fun guy says that it looks about right, and then he wonders if he can turn back to normal if he eats it.
What a thesis.
Yes.
He just says, this looks about right. If you saw a tiny human, would you want to eat it?
No, I've never
Could you swallow a human an inch tall
No.
and be okay with yourself?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't do that. It's not happened because the mushroom, of course...
Well, your choices are eat it or forget it.
yes, and
I choose eat it.
Of course we want to eat it. You got to see what's going to happen. The mushroom says, "Daddy, no."
Fun guy says that almost gave him a heart attack, and buddy, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
The baby asks Fun Guy if he's going to eat his own children.
Yes. Fun guy then determines that these are the offspring from his spores.
Well, you're the offspring of my spores.
Yes.
So was Fun Guy, before did he how he's not in our active party, where's he hang out when he's not with us? Do you remember? Does he hang out here?
Maybe he does.
Okay, so is
Yeah.
he jerking it in the cave or what are we doing?
Well, remember he kind of did a little bit of a spore, I don't know, spore shot.
Nocturnal
shooting.
emission.
Yes. His spores were shooting at one point when he first turned into a mushroom, right?
Okay.
And so...
The spore confirms this, saying, "That's right, Daddy, we're coming with you."
Yes.
Victory music received Fun Guys. Chris, you say that word.
Fun guys, mechanoids.
EricNet, how do you say that?
Initializing EricNet.
That's not actually a word, but according to the Forgotten Realms wiki, myconids, also known as fungus ones and fungus folk, were a race of ambulatory fungus creatures. They were known for their peacefulness and appreciation of quiet, making their homes in the darker corners of the world. I don't know what Forgotten Realms is.
Initializing EricNet.
Forgotten Realms is a campaign setting for Dungeons and Dragons.
So did you try this tech out?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
So he summons a army of mini mushroom fun guys.
But he kneels and smacks his head like it's dandruff.
Yes. I guess he's knocking them out of his head, yes.
Yeah.
And they go marching towards the enemy
They
while...
form a phalanx.
Yes, while holding up a flag, a mushroom flag, I
Yes.
think. Yes.
And then they kamikaze the target and they all die.
It's beautiful.
The flag is like a wonderful touch. I bet somebody fought for that flag. Like, this has to be in the game.
Yes.
Make the men have their own
I don't
flag.
think anybody was asking any questions about this point, Eric.
Yeah.
I think they were just putting it in there.
I mean, the way I picture it, this is like, it's 11th hour. Somebody says, "We need Fun Guys, third tech." And then in the middle of him saying, "Can I?" he just says, "I don't give a shit." Then you find an artist and you make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
That's how video game development works.
Okay. I got two more left before I get going. I got Neo Theo. It's a short one.
Let's do it. You
Yeah.
have to go to Sky Dragon Isle, Homeworld.
Yes. There's a red Wobbuffet there.
Yes.
And it's pushing, it's chasing a butterfly. We've seen this before, I think when we were going to get Starkey or when we were getting the dragon. I can't remember. But you got to chase it around, check it out with Neo Theo, leave the screen, come back, then it has eaten the butterfly.
Did you talk to it first?
It just says, wow.
It says AII, clearly referencing the protagonist of Super Monkey Ball.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, thanks, Sega. You go back and you talk to this thing, and it has eaten the butterfly. Then you've got to knock its ass around, right?
Yeah, you have to physically push the blob until somebody says, Thank you.
Yes, and
Then a bunch of butterflies come and eat the blob. It disappears. Why? They all fly around Neophio's head and say thank you.
these are cursed butterflies. And then Neophil learns,
Says, you can have this.
yes, bam, bam, bam.
Bigelow. They say
Victory
see
music.
you, and then bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.
The end.
That's it. Thanks, Neophio.
Did you do this attack?
Yeah, it's not very exciting.
Vines come out of Neophio's legs, and she does a massive leap. Hovering in the air, vines extend out of her hands, and she long arm grabs her target. Then she shakes it vigorously, slamming it on the ground over and over.
Yeah.
So pretty weak, but pretty weak like concept, but
Yeah.
effective.
Yeah, it works.
Stretchy arms is a thing.
Sure. I feel like, yeah, there was nothing for Neophio in this game. I feel bad.
There's our love, Chris. We can insert Neophio in our in-game party.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, Pashul.
Mm-hmm.
Pashul, you ready for Pashul?
Yes, Pashul, you have to go to Homeworld Arnie at the pier.
Yes, you take Pashul to see home Lena. Lena tells Surge that she feels like he is distancing himself from her, which I think she said that already. And she says that's fine, but she wants Surge to be safe. Then she notices Pashul, and she gives something to Pashul. Pashul says,
Shoo, shoo, shoo. Thanks, Lena. Me will do my best.
Pashul received Unleash victory music.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
You try this to attack out.
Mm-hmm. Pashul leaps in the air and hovers. She takes the lock off her collar and then grows to enormous size like Choo Choo.
Yes, it looks like she's got taken off a chastity belt.
Yeah,
off her
I
neck.
don't want to think about that, man. Choo Choo's the horny one, not poor Pashul. Pashul never wants to fuck.
No, Pashul always wants to fuck. That's
Not
why
true.
she's now unleashed.
Shut
Okay.
up. Then she splats her target.
Yes.
Also worth noting, her second tech kicks turds out of her sandbox at the target.
Oh, good. Good to know. Okay.
Dirties them.
Yes. We go to another Goldove and go meet Orla. If you remember from before, she wanted us to come back once we got our Surge body back.
Mhm.
We
And we have
her-
that now.
We've got it, and now we're taking her back her blue brooch. Was that what it was? You take it back to her, you give it to her, and she's like, oh, okay, I'm joining your party. Victory music. Orla joins your party. She says barely anything here.
She says she still misses Tia, and we share the sapphire brooch, and she says the blue gem in it looks like we've regained our true selves.
Yes.
Now she has to do her part. Orla joined our party, victory music.
Yes. So you want some Orla facts. This is the last character, I think, that we do. I think we thought Janice was the last one, but we didn't have Orla yet. So Orla's occupation is gladiatrix barkeep.
Gladiatrix is a great word. Holy shit.
Yes. So age 23, female. Her origin is Goldove another. Her height is 5'5". Her weight is 119 pounds. I don't believe that because her build is muscular and Orla beats ass. She's got to have more muscle than that.
Mm-hmm.
She is left-handed like me.
Like the devil.
Yes, and her innate element is blue. Weapon, obviously, is a glove. Accent normal. Her fortune is great, Eric. You will soon find your missing counterpart. That's it. And that's actually true.
Yeah, that's what we're getting ready to go do.
Yeah.
This one actually comes true.
Yeah, it does. So let's go do that. You ready to do that?
Yeah, after that, we go to Goldove Homeworld, which is, of course, the other world.
Yeah.
We go to Doc's clinic. Orla walks up to Doc and tells him to look up, you motherfucker.
Yeah?
She doesn't say that last part.
No.
Editor's note. Doc recognizes this voice as familiar, but something is different. And this is like the world where Kid was not sick and Doc was just hunched over, mad about something else.
Yes, not my Doc.
Yeah.
He wonders if this is Tia.
Mm-hmm. Doc can't believe this shit.
She tells Doc that she is Tia's twin sister.
Doc can't believe this shit again.
Doc can't believe this shit. She begs Doc to let her see Tia since she can feel that she is here. Great intuition. Doc can now believe this shit for some reason because he can tell that Orla is telling the truth via her eyes.
Mm-hmm. He explains they don't have very much time right now.
Yes, he reckons this will be a painful reunion.
Chris, how did Orla know that Tia was here?
Well,
Transdimensional twin sensories?
they're from Goldove. There's not very many towns in this game. There's not very many places to look.
Do we figure out what happened to other Tia or other Orla? Or are these actually a single pair of twin sisters who got dimensionally separated?
That's a good question, Eric, because we do. Yeah, you're right. Or maybe the other Orla is out there looking for her and just didn't visit this town. I don't know. Yeah, you might be right. Maybe in each dimension, one lived.
Yeah.
And then one didn't live. Okay, so interesting.
Twin birth.
So Orla, Doc takes us back to that back room to Tia, and then Reminisce Enduring Thoughts begins to play, correct?
That's exactly what plays, but I call it reminiscing unerasable memory.
Unerasable memory, yes. So Doc says that they have no firm grasp on what caused Tia to collapse. They cannot reach her.
As you can ascertain, dude, our voices cannot reach her no matter how hard we try.
Dude. Orla then speaks to Tia, and then Tia can just speak back now. She's awake, and she has a portrait.
Well, when Doc says they don't even know what caused her to become unconscious and collapse, I wanted to put because we didn't have time to write it.
Yes, and you're a shitty doctor, Doc. Maybe this is the doc that we should have given the medical manual to.
Yes. Then white text says, Sis, Orla?
Yes.
Orla delivers an exclamation point and says Tia's name in disbelief.
Yes.
Tia comes to life that is a portrait that is Orla without the pigtails.
Yes.
Tia says that she was having a long dream. She says Orla's name, remarking on the fact that she finally gets to meet her. She knows that their hair and eyes are alike, for they are twin sisters born on the same planet. Still does not answer our question.
No.
Orla can't believe this shit.
No.
Tia comforts her, saying it's all right, and she's been watching everything from her dreams. So, remote viewing dream omniscience, or does she just, what, is she bullshitting? What has she been doing?
What has Tia been doing this whole time?
Has she really been watching from her dreams, or is she having hallucinatory, coma dives?
I think she's really been observing from her dreams because, as discussed, dreams and ghosts are the same thing.
Yeah, you're right. The world is not one, just like our dreams, but the possibilities are infinite.
Yeah.
Tia says her long dream has ended, and she's so glad to have met Orla. But what do you mean just met?
Yeah, well, they were separated at birth, I think, right?
Yeah.
But
just met. We're going to hang out now, right, sis?
Oh, yeah, finally. We just met. We're going to hang out now. And we're getting a lot of, I don't know if you can begin to understand the metaphysics of parallel universes, while you're in a coma, but in this universe, you can, obviously, because we've, even if you're a turnip, you can do that. So, yeah, they're glad they could finally meet, but guess what, Eric?
What, Chris?
This is the end.
Orla is shocked and tells Tia this isn't the end, though.
It is.
She won't let it end like this. They're going to start over from the very beginning. She begs Tia not to go.
Yes, but Tia just dies.
Tia tells Orla her spirit will always be with her, perhaps as a level 3 tech in the video game Chrono.
It could be.
Tia turns her head and passes away. Orla begs Tia to open her eyes just once more, to show her smile just once more. She begs her. The scene fades to black.
Yes. Maybe a great scene if it had been more well-earned and Orla had been around a long time.
And not like this gladiatrix bartender.
Yes.
Who just laid out some poor soldiers.
Yeah.
When this picture comes back, Orla is sitting on the bed, and they've all told Doc about this whole many worlds thing, which Doc thinks is bodacious.
I was trying to say it, I couldn't say it. Such a thing like another world is truly bodacious, Eric. A miracle brought together by a bond spanning 2 worlds.
Doc's assistant can't believe this shit.
No.
Doc reminds Orla of Tia's final words in the bonds of sisterhood, even across worlds.
Yes.
Doc gives Orla something of Tia's, a blue gem.
Yes, the split gem has become one and regained its blue sparkle. Orla received the blue brooch.
Orla, hearing Tia's spirit, doubles over in bed and asks why Tia had to, and then it fades out again.
Yes.
We come back up and it's Orla by herself on the bed, nighttime. No music, just sloshy water.
Yes.
Orla is being sad by herself, but then white text pops on the screen. It calls her sis. Orla says this can't be, but then an 80% opacity character model of Tia appears in the room. Tia says that blue gem binds them as sisters and also contains the prayers of mother and father. Quote, the spirit gem has crossed the worlds and become one, and now it has passed into your hands.
Orla receives the legendary Chrono Cross. Victory music.
And my spirit will be with you, sis. Please don't forget, and live strong for the both of us. Fuck Lance Armstrong.
Yes. Orla
learned level 3 tech sisterhoods.
Sisterhoods. Victory music. No, actually, there is no victory music here because we're doing sad music right now. So
another fade to black. We come back. Doc is still sulking, but he tells Orla her spirit will always be with her and to keep cool.
Keep cool. Stay cool, dude.
That's what I definitely tell of my patients after they die.
Stay cool.
Did you do her level 3 sec?
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
I didn't. That's when I skipped.
It's an ass beating technique where she does a sick combo, but Tia comes, I guess, from the nether realm.
Oh, of course. The spirit.
And does a matching combo along with her and beats up the enemy.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Sisterhood.
It's not actually the same character model. It's a different character model.
Come on, guys. We're going to be late for class.
Oh, darn. Not on our first day.
Don't worry. I pressurized all of our bike tires to optimal PSI for speed.
Wow. So we should be able to average 9.6 miles per hour, which should get us to class on time. We love Podford University for teaching us these skills.
Podford University, iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere you get podcasts.
Video Death Loop is a podcast where we watch a short video clip on loop until we just can't take it anymore. Along the way, we'll try our best to make each other laugh and to hold out longer than the other guy. You can jump in on any episode, no need to worry about continuity. Check out Video Death Loop on the Greenlit Podcast Network with new episodes every Friday.
Lucia.
Oh yeah, I didn't get the item that I needed to take to her, so go for it.
You go to Viper Manor in another world in the sewers. You jump into that kitchen grate, and then you investigate the blob, and Lucia says that this is wonderful. This must be a new type of what, Chris?
Technique?
Amoeba.
Amoeba.
That's right. That's the word you're going to say next. Amiibo.
Yes.
Vought life force. I must incubate it right away. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Victory music. Receive test amoeba. Get me the hell out of here.
Well, you have the description of it?
Lucia throws the test tube in the air. It shatters and an amorphous clear blob pops out, pulsing. It crashes into the enemy, which turns green, starts sweating, then keels over on its side. So she diseases her opponent.
That sounds like something that she would do and have no moral quandary with.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay, great. Thanks for that.
How about Orcha?
How about Orcha?
You go to Arnie, Homeworld Kitchen.
Yes.
The cook later says he got the idea for hecarin soup from his bro. I approach him and he says, "Yo, bro, what you been up to?" Orcha says, "Hey, brah, it's been a while." To tell you the truth, I'm not the bro you think you know. It's too hard to explain. My bro no-sells all of this and tells me he's come up with a new recipe. So imagine like your secret transdimensional brother's up. He's like, "Oh, that's fucked up. I have a new recipe. Let me share it." He wants us to try it out. Orcha samples it and says, "Not bad. It looks like you refined your tastes, brah." They both play air drums with their cooking tools, and Orcha receives dinner guest tech.
Dinner guest?
Yes.
Victory music?
Victory music.
Victory music.
The cook thinks Orcha's approval is the highest he can get. Orcha says good work, and it looks like he's got some competition. You want to know what dinner guest is, Chris?
Yeah, I saw it, but you describe it. It's great.
Orcha raises his arms in the air and becomes Hell Orcha.
Yeah.
Then a giant machine-powered meat tenderizer comes out of the sky. It twists and grinds the shit out of all the enemies. Only now do I realize these are all fatalities.
Now that meat grinder looks extremely close to the rack of descending torture spikes from the torture chamber in Radical Dreamers. Not sure if that's a deliberate reference or not, but I'm going to count it as one. Patreon.com/RetroAM.
That's right, Chris.
When you said you were going to do Orcha's technique, I thought you said Korcha. Do you have Korcha?
Yeah, it's Korcha's next.
Okay.
Gonna do Korcha?
Yeah, let's do Korcha.
Because Chris doesn't even have Korcha. You have to go to Termina, another world, and you have to visit that mermaid tank. Remember we saw that mermaid and was like, was that Irene's? Who is this?
When we were first introduced to Korcha, back when we used to be introduced to characters, he came in, he was fucking with the vendor there.
Yeah, telling him to release it.
Yeah.
Korcha approaches the covered tank and asks the mermaid if she can hear him. He tells her she needs to get herself out and that nobody's ever going to help her. The merchant yells at Korcha not to pull any funny ideas. Then we hear a faint sob. If we leave and come back, we're told there's no one inside. Did telling the mermaid to bootstraps herself actually work, Chris?
Well,
this is a fantasy after all.
They don't have boots, but no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work on anybody.
Okay. But then we go to the shrines. She's down here in the water. She calls Korcha sir and thanks him. Korcha asks, who the hell is this? He doesn't remember doing anything to be thanked for anyone. Quote, I am the mermaid who is caged at the show tent. I finally got a chance to escape. Korcha says that's great, but she continues, your words came as an eye-opener to me. I used to think that one day someone would come to my rescue. But if I do not try to become free myself, no one will lend me a hand. Sir Korcha, you are the one who showed me that. Korcha then tells her to never get caught by that guy again.
Cool.
She doesn't know if she can ever thank Korcha enough, but she gives him a prayer to improve his fishing skills, as she's heard many rumors that he is a fishing maniac.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's what I've heard.
Genius.
Fishing maniac Turak. Korcha received a big catch from the mermaid's prayers, victory music.
Great.
She prays that she may see Korcha again sometime. She swims away, and he tells her to take care and insists he is not, in fact, a maniac. Did you see a big catch, Chris?
Yeah, is this where he drops a giant fish on him?
He casts his fishing line way past his target, like my dude missed. He then reels a weird, bug-eyed blue lizard I've never seen before, and it's only visible for a few frames before Korcha flips away and it lands on his target.
Cool.
So yeah, he catches a fish and throws the fish at the target.
I like the idea of a combat fisherman.
Yeah,
like if this game would have been a little bit more reeled in and had just a few characters, and Korcha would have been a fully fleshed out character, it would have been great.
You could, if it were 15 years ago, you could get a lot of links on your website by making a Chrono Cross job generator. Like the Wu-Tang name generator, like Luchador Exorcist, Combat Fisherman.
Yeah. Great. Okay, well, thanks for that one. So, Eric, it's time to go to the Sea of Eden?
The Dead Sea Ruins?
The Dead Sea Ruins?
The Dead Sea Ruins.
Yeah.
You know what I did here? I went to the wrong world.
You ruined the Dead Sea.
No, yeah, I went to the Dead Sea. I went to the another world instead of homeworld where I was supposed to go. Did you go check this place out before?
You're like, where's the content? No, what's there?
Yes, there is some content here. There's 2 explorers in here from the Explorers Guild.
Of course, now that we've cleared the way and done the hard part, they're coming to just reap the benefits.
Exactly. One of them tells us that we need the dragon tier to enter and reminds us that one exists in Guildov. So there's a little bit of a hint of like where you can go get the dragon tier if you didn't know where to get it in the to get the Surge body back. The other one says, legend has it that the people who lived in the Sea of Eden passed through the pearly gates to inhabit the El Nido archipelago.
Very good, Chris.
Thanks. If that's true, that means that we're all descendants of those first settlers of mankind.
Just kind of spelling out the plot here.
I guess. Well, thanks, bro. Now I went to the actual Sea of Eden in the home world.
Dead Sea Ruins.
Dead Sea Ruins.
Dead Sea Ruins.
Lost Fragments plays as we sputter around this empty series of islands.
Yes, Missing Piece plays. This is a sad song. It was an interesting choice here because we are approaching some sadness. Now we're kind of like in a sub-sailing map here.
Pocket dimension.
Yes, and there are 3 points to explore here. They're called fate distortions, right?
Yep.
And
that's what I call my job.
I was going to say, what's a fate distortion to you? Because I thought fate was supposed to be...
You go into work and say, none of this is real.
Yeah, that's true.
This isn't who I am.
Yes, it happens. So then we go in and choose one of those fate distortions, and we see a view of Surge and the boys floating in the sea on our boat.
Yeah, open sea from the perspective of our shit-ass boat. It turns dim.
Yes.
Then a strange, ominous sound effect is heard.
Inception
White
horn.
Text. Yes, Inception horn.
Yeah.
It's the same noise, I think, that whenever the dragons that we were fighting spoke to us, especially like the black dragon especially, it did the Inception horn.
Yeah.
9 years before Inception.
Mm-hmm.
I deem you worthy of entering the Sea of Eden. Let the path be known for the ones facing fate. Balls of light, I assume the dragon's blessing, erupt out of Surge and drive over to the fate distortion.
Yeah.
A white column of light comes down from the clouds. Then we get some very ominous text.
Yes, please insert disc 2.
Hell yeah.
Let's do it. Now, how do you change discs on your
I'm glad you asked,
device?
Quick. This is the last time I was too paranoid and went back to an actual disc, but you have to set all the multi-disc stuff up in folders, which is a pain in the ass. But once you do that, you eject the SD card and then put it back in.
Oh,
and
cool.
It just loads the next image.
Oh, neat. Okay. Well, I did that on RetroArch, and I was a little bit worried because I was doing it on
a tablet.
A tablet. RetroArch, the mobile version of RetroArch, and it worked, so I was happy. I had plenty of save states just in case, but I've inserted disc 2. Eric, guess what, Eric?
What, Chris? Garden of the Gods is playing?
Garden of the Gods is playing, but you know what else is happening here? New chapter.
Oh, wow, the game.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I forgot.
We're on the Sea of Eden chapter for like 7 episodes.
Play that Lemmy song.
Yes, I guess. This chapter is called The Arbiter of Time. Now, I hope I finished writing these choices, so if they don't make any sense, then it's going to be easy, but I was only workshopping them, and I don't think I ever finished it. So, Eric, is the actual subtitle of The Arbiter of Time, is it The Assassin Who Lives, On Whom the Three Fates Smile, or The One Who Has Torn Apart Time?
The one upon who three fates smile.
Ding noise. Great job. You did it.
The others are just slightly too dumb.
Yeah, they are too dumb. So now we're here. Now, the three fates, Eric, we're going to learn about the three fates along the way. I have some lore for each of the fates, but first I would like to discuss the big picture fate stuff here going on here. Do you know what the three fates are in real life?
Did you kill them as Kratos?
Yes, actually, I think you did. Hades as well. So, yeah, those. They're from Greek mythology. So let's talk about some high-level mythology here. The fates were female deities who, rather than determine fate, supervised it. And I think maybe Kato had a thing for the three fates because we saw in the Demi-Force translation of Radical Dreamers, patreon.com/retroam to get access to that the narrator mentioned the Weaver of Fate at one point in the narration. And so if that's an accurate translation, then that leads me to believe that Kato had some sort of, I don't know, ideas working around to figure out how to implement the idea of the three fates into this game, because apparently Greece is a thing, or he just likes the idea. So the three fates are Clotho the Spinner.
Clotho. Also a Shin Megami Tensei demon.
Clotho the Spinner, who spun the thread of life. Lachesis the Apparitioner.
Also a Shin Megami Tensei demon.
Who measured the length of each thread. And Atropos was the fate who cut the thread of life. She was known as the inflexible or inevitable fate, and ended many mortals' lives with her abhorred shears at her own whim.
Eric, figure out if that's a Shin Megami Tensei demon.
Initializing EricNet.
Sure, no problem, Eric. Atropos is definitely in almost every Shin Megami Tensei game. She's got the weird hat and is holding scissors. And maybe a whip. No, it's thread.
Thanks, Eric. Appreciate that.
Hey, no, Chris. Thank you. No problem.
So I've got some more lore once we approach the various temples. So we'll get into that first.
Okay.
Now, the order of the temples determines the boss that you fight, right?
Well, yeah, but let's figure out what the fuck we're looking at here. The map is now changed to 3 islands in a triangular pattern. They all kind of look like that place where we fought Miguel.
Yes, and they all kind of also harken back to the things that Serge was seeing in his Dragon Tier visions early in the video game.
Yes. Yeah, exactly, in that CG thing. But like Chris said, you have to visit all of these, but the order you visit them, the last one you land on is the boss you fight there.
Yes.
There's Vida Duo, Vida Tres, and Vida Unos, which is the past, present, and future, depending on which order you reach the Records of Fate. The guide advises to fight, I believe, Vida Tres?
I know I fought the hardest one by
Vida
mistake.
Unos, yes. And because you can get a Vigora element from it, which is the only time in the game you can get that element.
Oh, weird. Well, I didn't get it, so ugh. So, you ready to go to the past?
Yes, past fate. Atropos? It is a circular platform like that flowery sanctuary out in the parklands.
Yeah, I expected to have this, I expected to have this this elaborate temple, but it's just kind of like a place,
Yeah,
like
it's like a place.
a gathering place with a statue, right?
In the center is a purple lavender record of fate, spinning along to a heinous ringing noise.
Mm-hmm.
A statue of a cloaked elder is dead center north. It's an otherwise picturesque island with a tropical view of open cerulean water. Let me get some white text.
Yes.
Atropos, cutting the thread of life.
Yes.
The record of fate then ascends and shoots off in the distance at 1 million miles an hour.
Thank you.
That's it.
So, some Atropos lore. Atropos XR was a creation of the Mother Brain, an AI.
From Sam Metroid?
No, from Chrono Trigger, an AI that lived, and this robot, she lived as Robo's companion in the video game.
Mother Brain.
She looked like Robo, except for she was pink and she had a bow. She was very clearly gendered for some goddamn reason.
It says mother.
No, I'm talking about Atropos XR.
Oh, okay.
And Atropos XR survived the fall of Lavos. The corrupted Mother Brain brainwashed her into helping to create a nation of steel of robots.
What, like
Thank you,
Pittsburgh?
Yes, Pittsburgh was created in the wake of the destruction of humans, right? During the Origins of Machine side quest in Chrono Trigger, which is like, that's Robo's loyalty mission, basically. Atropos XR and the Mother Brain tried to convince Robo of his previous quest to study and eliminate humanity. Robo, of course, because he's a good guy, he resisted this. And she accused him of being the victim of human tampering, which I think is true because Luca rebuilt Robo, right? He is a victim of human tampering. Right, Eric? You played Chrono Trigger.
Gato?
Yes. No, not him. She then warned that a short time ago she was outfitted by Mother Brain to eliminate humans more efficiently.
Is there a robot that is not a victim of human tampering?
Well, yes.
Is my sewing machine a victim of human tampering?
All robots.
Is my dishwasher my enslaved companion?
Well, in the case of our reality, yes. But in the case of this reality where the Mother Brain, where an AI was creating them, then no.
So once those Boston Dynamics abominations start creating their own creations, that's when it can be pure.
That's a pure robot, yes.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad we figured that out.
Robot purity ethics, thank you.
Yes, we got there. So then you have to do a one-on-one boss battle with Atropos XR in that side quest, and when you beat her up, she regains her memories because that's what you're supposed to do to your girlfriend, I guess, according to Chrono Trigger. That's
how you solve amnesia.
Yeah, I guess. The ending of Chrono Trigger, the good ending, the final ending, shows Robo sitting on a cliff with Atropos in front of a rainbow. So that's their fate, I guess.
I can appreciate a good rainbow.
We'll see more of Robo later, Eric. I don't know if we'll get to that tonight or not, but we'll see. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I've got. All the Atropos lore I've got.
City of Steel.
Yes. Yeah, let's go to our future fate, Lachesis. I have some Lachesis lore, Eric.
It's the same deal at the platform, but the record of fate is now teal. The statue in the back is of a woman.
Yeah, she looks like she's got like a cape on, kind of. She looks more adventurous than the other one.
Yeah, like a little bit more decorated. The white text says Lachesis measuring the thread of life.
Indeed. Eric, SBL Lachesis dilution 200 CH is a homeopathic remedy that has various health benefits.
Hold up, dude. Was that English?
Yes.
All right.
Derived from snake venom, it was useful in treating disorders related to skin, menstrual cycle, and circulatory systems.
Is this in Chrono Trigger?
It helps in treating eye disorders caused due to diphtheria. Eric, don't take homeopathic medicine. It's fake. It's fake science.
It's not real.
Science. Okay, that's all. I looked to see if it was a Chrono Trigger reference, and it wasn't. So I just...
Like, as soon as you said, like, menstrual pain, I was like, what the hell kind of game was that?
We did talk about the reproductive cycles of reptiles last time, but no.
Jesus Christ.
So now we've got to go with the present fate. Eric, take us there.
Clotho. The record of fate is now red. The image is of a young woman praying. Clotho, spinning the thread of life. Clotho, my third favorite B tier. I already made that joke.
Yep.
Okay.
Good job, Eric. So I have some Clotho lore, Eric. Are you ready for it? In English, the word cloth means fabric or material often used for clothing. This is a
no shit.
This has a Greek word origin in the story of Clotho, the youngest of the three fates who spun the thread of life. So, yeah, no Chrono Trigger references there. I had this big plan on doing that because I thought that maybe there was because of Atropos, but no luck.
Just one.
Yeah.
The other two records of fate, now the same color, zoom in from the background. White text asks us if we're worthy of accepting fate. The cubes then merge, then form a face with a tribal mask and two hands fist pumping a half wheel each. Orla asks if we're being tested, and this is the thing that I had to face.
Yes, mine looked kind of the same thing. It was a mask with two hands, but the hands kind of look like TIE fighters.
A little bit, yeah. We fight this cyber-ass Andros face while Garden of the Gods continues to play.
Yeah, Skelly wondered if we were being tested because I have Skelly with me because Skelly owns. Then we fight this thing. Now this thing in
Who's your third with Skelly? Is it Stina?
Glenn.
Nice.
Dual Einlanders, bro. Vita Tres was supposed to be the most difficult one, but I did get a little bit lucky because this thing cast Green Field, and I have Glenn with me. And Glenn
he loves that green field.
He loves the green field, and he has Genie with him. So I was able to cast Genie, the summon, and do a lot of damage that way.
You get some dew?
No, it wasn't the killing blow.
Oh.
Do you have any shinies yet, Eric?
Some, yeah. I've been using Saints a lot where I'm at.
Yeah, me too. Do you have any shiny Pokemon? Do you know what a shiny Pokemon is?
I got 150 in blue and then never played a Pokemon.
Oh, they didn't put shiny. Okay. I have a shiny Gigantamax Gengar.
I know who Gengar is, yeah.
Yeah. But you know Gigantamax Gengar?
No, does it mean big, Chris?
It does. Also, during this battle, I don't have anything else of note, but I did during this battle use Surge's final tech, which we haven't discussed yet. It's called Flying Arrow.
Yeah, what's it do?
He flies up into the air and does a flying arrow, but did you notice the thing that's floating behind him?
When you say he does a flying arrow, does it mean he positions his body like an arrow and does a Ninja Turtles dive kick with his face?
No, he kind of like creates a white energy arrow and throws it at the enemy. It's a single enemy attack.
Yeah.
And so you haven't done this at all?
No.
Oh,
I always go for Saints when I'm getting that high, man.
Oh, when you get that high, you go for Saints when you get high. Okay, cool.
I see Saints when I get high. Something I've never been in my life. Yes.
Okay, good. That's great. Congratulations. So he flies up into the air and he does this little routine and then throws a huge kind of like spirit arrow at the enemy. But if you're using the Master Mune, behind him a buff wind spirit mimicking his actions, which is just the giant version of the fused Amasa and Mune in the video game Chrono Trigger. It's just a chi version of Surge if you're using something else. So it's a nice little touch that they put in there.
Did you get anything cool when you won? I think one of them has a holy healing element you get if you win.
I didn't get anything cool.
Well, I fought Vita Unis. LOL, the Masamune is doing 400 on a fierce hit. Does Cure Plus. That sucks.
You have the Masamune? Oh, the Master Mune.
Master Mune, I'm sorry. Eventually does Inferno, which, okay, man. When it dies, the screen turns to night. This thing makes a cool crystalline sound effect as it hits the ground with a thud and then evaporates via polygonal deconstruction. It returns today. Victory music, 38th star.
Yeah, congratulations. We did it. We're there.
You know what geological event we've also now caused?
An earthquake.
That's right.
Yes, there's an earthquake.
Once we get back to the mini-world map, Garden of the Gods resumes, and the giant water pyramid has been replaced by a place with the same stone coloring as Termina. It's called Future Ruins.
Time Fortress Chronopolis.
Future Ruins is a good paradox word, too.
Yeah. Hey, Eric, let's check in with the real net.
Initializing real net.
SSC Ninja says Kentucky is an at-will state. Fake net is on thin ice.
This is true, but we're not those kind of bosses, Chris.
No, we're not. We're have the fake nets unionized yet?
There are now like 5 of them. So I built a Latin one today, so, maybe.
Okay. Shy Guy 32 says, I need to finish God Hand. That game is amazing. I
yes,
agree.
God damn you do. Yes.
I never finished it myself, but I played a good chunk of it.
My favorite trivia of God Hand is all the weird shit the enemies say are just Mike Tyson quotes.
Yeah. God damn it. I mean, it sucks to celebrate Mike Tyson, but...
Well, yeah, but you're not Alexander.
Yeah.
Half the fucking guys in that game tell you you're not Alexander. There's no reason why.
Wayne Quest. Wanye. No, his name's back to Wayne. Wayne Quest says his spores were shooting. Daddy, I don't like this. I don't like it either.
I like it. Tell the facts.
I like it, but I don't like it. Alter Impulse says Neo Theo and Turnip are the backbenchers of this game for real. Go stick them in a garden where they belong. Yeah, there should have been a farming minigame with those guys.
Yeah. Permanently sacrifice a party member to plant them and make nutrients.
Yes. SSC just says Pashul's ultimate attack deletes Pashul from the game. Wayne Quest says Pashul DTF.
It's like that shooter you can buy where you shoot files and delete them on your computer.
The dog poo spray. Shy Guy says the best move in Okami. It's been a long time since I played Okami.
You can piss something in Okami. Yeah, you can piss somebody out in Primal Rage too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can fart and all. You can do all kinds of good stuff in Primal Rage. Speaking about Korcha's, the conversation about Korcha's final tech, Shy Guy 32 says, if this game was a little more reeled in, ding noise. Thank you, RealNet, for joining us tonight. We will see you in the next episode. Stay tuned for the outtakes. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on today, January 21st, 2021. Thank you, Mark
Shepard,
for the intro track.
You're welcome, Chris.
Find us on Twitter at Retro Amnesia Pod. If you like us, please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/retroam. Get early access, bonus episodes, miniseries, and more. Stereo Mix. I never promote Stereo Mix.
Stereo Mix.
Stereo Mix.
Stereo Mix.
Email the show at retrogradeamnesiapodcast@gmail.com. Until next time, Eric.
Yes, who will kill God?
Please insert disc 2.
So I have 2 programming notes that are things that I remember that I wanted to tell you.
Yeah.
One, whenever we say the word air, guys, we must immediately yell or...
God bless the rain?
Yes.
Okay.
It's up for a bit. Okay.
Okay, you got a bit? All right.
Yeah, I'm going to do a bit.
All right. Whole podcast is a fucking bit, dude. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
What's I going to say? I had a bit.
That's not how
too.
you start the fucking podcast, dude.
I had a bit, too. Oh, yeah. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
Where... Hey, Eric.
Hey, no, I don't even like, I don't like that. Hey, Chris, you do it again now.
A comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs?
Che Guerrera.
Revolution. Viva la Revolution.
Then a bunch of butterflies come. Duck, 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 duck.
Then she gives Robo her ribbon and it will boost Robo's speed and magical defense if plugged into his circuits for some fucking reason. Last year, it was last year we were driving around and my kids saw one of those giant blow-up Santa things that people put in front of their houses, but it was huge. It was like 2 stories tall.
Yeah.
And my kids said, look, it's Gigantamax Santa, because that's a Pokemon term.
That's their word for big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gigantamax.
Your children are your children.
Initializing FakeNet. 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 Initializing FakeNet.
Ha ha ha. That was awesome. What an idiot. I've been here this whole time and just chose to slack off at work instead of do my job. I watched a whole episode of Raised by Wolves. Don't act like you've never wasted company time before. I'm only human.